So, hello everyone, welcome to another session of Psych Talks. Here we have our guest speaker, Mr. Vishal Anand. It's a pleasure to have you here, sir. Thank you so much for being a part of
Hello,
our
Arsh.
Psych Talk.
Yeah, hello, Arshia, and thank you so much for inviting me today.
So, let me give a brief introduction of our guest speaker. He is CEO and founder of ETHOS Institute of Behavioral Research and Training Private Limited, and he has done masters in clinical psychology and he is pursuing PhD in cognitive psychology. He is a government and panel post trainer and has trained more than 5,000 people across different cities and has a total experience of 5 years in this field. So it's a pleasure to have you here, sir. So the stage is all yours.
Yeah, okay. So, Arsha, thank you so much for this brief introduction, actually. So, as you have said that here we are going to have a brief discussion about that how exactly we can understand and navigate the ways towards the psychology. Because on a regular basis, I discuss to multiple people, many students reach out to us, and they are just very not sure that what they should do and what is the kind of opportunity that they can have exactly after completing their masters or completing their bachelors. So I guess here you are doing a great work here, and we can have a further discussion to assist them or help them out in order to understand that how exactly they can navigate their ways in psychology for a future ahead. Yeah, I am
Me
audible,
start.
right?
Yeah. So let me
Yeah,
start with the question. There are
yeah.
many discussions people are having that which is the most uh, like ongoing course which is more needed in field of psychology.
Okay, see, there are multiple way to see this particular question, because when we say that what are the courses are available or what are the kind of degree programs are available, so there are many actually. Okay, we have seen that there are certain traditional programs, certain traditional degree courses which are available, such as bachelor's is there in bachelor in psychology, BA psychology in clinical counseling, industrial psychology. But there are certain trending and emerging areas that are also coming up in the picture, like let's suppose we are talking about forensic psychology, we are talking about defense psychology, we are talking about environmental psychology. Okay, so currently, as per the trend, we can say that we can observe nowadays AI is entering into multiple domain, multiple areas. So there are upcoming field also where we can also integrate the psychological principles and psychological ways by which we can understand that how exactly we can improve the quality of psychology education to further domains. Okay, but at a core, everything starts with the basics and the general psychological principles only, and that starts with the counseling psychology itself. So if someone is very much sure, very much understandable toward the cognitive principles and counseling approaches, then they can navigate their ways to any of the field that can lead to multiple domains. They can work in any of the field with a proper skills training and proper certification for themselves. Yeah.
So what according to you is a high paying job after graduation in psychology?
Okay, so graduation, there could be two ways. When we talk about graduation, it could be undergraduate options as well. That people who are completing their bachelor's, what would be their opportunities? And the second could be that if a person is completing their master's, what could be their opportunities, right? So, according to the new education policy, even the government has switched the psychology 3 year program to a 4 year program now. Okay, so after that, they have two options as well. If a person is pursuing BSc clinical psychology or a BA clinical psychology, they have a good option right now that a post completion of their 4 year bachelor's itself, they can have a way to work in the counseling domain. They can work as a counselor, as a counseling psychologist also, just after completing their bachelor's of 4 year with a proper skill guidance and training. Okay, but when we see that what are the other key areas where they can work just after their graduation, so it could be multiple roles, which includes human resource assistant. They can work on rehabilitation worker. They can work on some case manager, case worker roles. They can even work on as a research assistants in academic or corporate arena. Okay, when but if we they want a diverse career for themselves, so obviously a post graduation is required. Okay, if they are having a post graduation degree for themselves, there could be multiple more opportunity that they can explore actually. They can become a counseling psychologist, they can become even a clinical psychologist if they are planning to pursue further. Initially it was MPhil clinical psychology, as we are all aware, but nowadays it will be named again as a MA clinical psychology or MPsy. The name is still to be decided from 2026 onwards. So if they're also going to pursue that, they can have a valid RCI license from the Rehabilitation Council of India. They can work as a clinical psychologist as well. If they are more inclined towards working into the organizational settings, for that particular area, they have opportunity. They can work as a wellness manager. They can work as a uh, like organizational psychologist as well. Okay, now they, if they are more inclined towards working with childrens, they have option to work as a ABA therapist, they can work as a school counselor, right? So these are some good opportunity that they can have after like completion of their graduation. But if they are also willing to upgrade themselves, we the platform that we are having over here, like ethos Institute of Behavioral Research and Training, we are exactly doing the same thing over here. Because here, the any person who is coming with to us, they are coming with the raw knowledge. They have a lot of theoretical understanding of psychology, they know a lot of principles, philosophy, and the theories of the psychologist, right? They don't know how to like channelize that particular raw information that they are having at the moment, right? So here what we are doing, that we are providing the same sort of professional skills training to themselves in order to understand, realize the kind of field that is more suitable for themselves, and then equipping them with the right skill set choices that they can have after completion of their bachelor's or master's accordingly. Yeah.
We have one more question here. So, what is the
Yeah.
scope of sports psychology? Is it an emerging field?
Right. When we see sports psychology, this is very much trending field actually. Okay, because when we are talking about, you asked me about some high-paying jobs also, right? So when we are talking about high-paying jobs, we can see that sports psychology is one of the most prominent field that is paying huge amounts to the psychologists these days. Okay, so whenever you will talk to any psychologist, they have a very concern, like whether after the graduation or whether after the post graduation, am I going to get a good package for myself? Am I going to get a good salary for myself? Whether it is possible or not. This is why it is happening, because most of the time when you open an Instagram account or you see your LinkedIn account, people are just making some fun or memes, or like they are just posting something negative about the field, that they are not getting high paying job, they are not getting like right choices for their work actually. Okay, so in reality, if I tell you, if you have a right skill set and if you have a better opportunity in the way by which you can make your clientele better, okay, you have a right skill, you have the right way to communicate, so in that particular manner you have a better opportunity to earn as well. Okay, similarly when we talk about the sports psychology field, so this is a very great field which also need a collaboration between the physical arena to the psychological arena. Okay, it's a great choices between that particular part. And here, like, why a psychologist is required, because whenever an athlete is there working on the ground, okay, they're also having a lot of emotions going in their mind, whether it is about their performance, whether it is about their emotional background, the family background they're coming from, whether it is about the hurdles and challenges that they have came from. So when they're on the ground, they're going through all of these thoughts only in their mind, that can actually also impact over the kind of performance that they're expecting for themselves. Okay, so there a psychologist is very much required to help them out to navigate their emotions, to understand and realize that whatever you are doing or whatever they are going to do, that is how important it is, and to realize the real problem and to be in present actually, not in the futuristic approach that what if I win, nor even the past life regression that yeah, I had come from this hurdle or I have failed last time, so whether my performance will be good or not this time, right? So this is something they get actually help from in a by a psychologist. Also, a psychologist help in the sports in multiple manner. They help them with injury related rehabilitation as well, because after a injury, a patient is very suspicious that whether they will be able to play again or not, right? Most probably, you know that we have national team of cricket, football, volleyball, or like we have Olympic teams for all of the field. But you also know this thing that there is very less slots available. A cricket team, there is only 11 people or 15 people can be chosen at one time. But now, at this particular time period, almost 10 million people play cricket, and they all are hoping to be selected in the team. That's not possible, right? It is very like it's 1 to 1,000 sort of ratio that we are having at the moment, right? So that is the point, that whenever a person is going through injuries, they actually feel that whether they will get better or not, whether they will be selected in the team or not again, right? So they help with the psychologists help them out with the injury rehabilitation as well. They works on their
Is
team
it
dynamics.
similar to the fear of missing out, which usually people experience out of social media?
Right,
Something of that
right.
sort.
Yeah, the FOMO we can say in the Gen Z words. So yeah, it's the FOMO that they will be chosen or not again. And the team dynamics, actually, people come from a different background, different socio-economic background as well. There might be certain tussle in their team that happens time to time. So psychologists also help them out with the team building. They also works in their if a psychologist want to work actually in the sports arena, they have multiple options. Also, they can work in sports academy, they can work with the professional sports team, they can even work independently or with the Olympic team. I don't know, like if many people are aware at the moment. Uh, in the 2024-25 Olympic that happened recently, Indian team had given a proper psychologist, hired a proper psychologist to travel with the team of the athletes, and this was one of the first time that Indian government took such certain stand to send a psychologist, and that is, we can say, a small victory that we had in the sports arena. So it is an emerging field, and we're going to have much more sort of opportunities and a payment cycle for that particular role as well in future. Yeah.
So, what is the scope of positive psychology in treating clients?
Okay. So positive psychology, we can say, like initially what happened that when positive psychology was introduced, this is one of the very new field actually that has been added to psychology. Okay. We talk about Seligman, and you know what? My research is also on similar sort of like interlink between cognitive and positive psychology itself as well. Okay, so we are also working on Seligman principle, who is the father of positive psychology. So in this particular way also, when we talk about positive psychology, its scopes in treating clients, it can be multiple approach, because nowadays, see, when we talk about the Western world, okay, so providing a counseling session, that is slightly new in terms of Indian dynamics. Okay, even today, the upper middle class or beyond that, the HNIs are only preferring to have a counseling session. We are still not very sure that we have breakdown to the lower middle class or like below that particular class to provide counseling support or not, right? But in the Western countries, it was happening since 90s only, right? From the 90s it was happening already there. So now they are actually moving towards one session or two session approach, rather than continuing the session for multiple months, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month course. They're actually focusing more on one session approach or two session approach or three session approach. Okay, this is all because they are focusing on the positive psychological principles at the moment. Okay, so when we talk about that, how exactly it is going to help our patient, so positive psychology is going to help them out to build their resilience. If a person is resilient enough, it would be very easy for them to come up or come through like any sort of challenges and problem in their life. Okay, when we talk about positive psychology, it will actually help them out to enhance their well-being and the life satisfaction as well. Okay, it will also help them out to treat some mild to moderate sort of issues like depressions, mild depressions, not the severe ones. Mild depressions, mild stress, anxiety issues, these all can be treated well as well with the positive psychology approach. And the best thing is that this is going to be a client centered approach, where the client is also going to be participative enough, and they're also trying to seek the solution along with the psychologist, not just looking toward the psychologist to seek a solution for themselves. Yeah, so this is how it can actually help them out to navigate their problems.
Okay, when we deal with graduates or interns, they have a question that which is more important, certifications or working on skill sets, which can garner more no
Right.
achievements or can help in gaining a career pathway.
See, this particular question is very similar to me as well. Okay, because many of the time, what happened that there are people who are from psychology background, they ask this question, as well as those people who are not in psychology, but they want to be a part of the psychology trending areas as well. They also ask the same question: whether certification is important or the skill is important. Okay, so according to me, both are very important. Okay, why both is important? Because certification actually gives you a validation, as I said in the first question itself, when we were talking about that, when we are trying to seek a way or seek a career in psychology, having the basic principles for yourself is very important. And that basic principles you can only achieve when you are going through the certification procedures for themselves, right? So the basic degree, that is very crucial, very important. But apart of that, the major challenges a psychologist or a psychology student face is the right skilling approach for themselves. Okay, because even nowadays our psychology, sorry, degree that we are having at the moment in universities, so they are again focusing more on the theoretical approaches. Okay, we have certain tools that we try to do in the university, but again they are more theoretical based, rather than having them the understanding that why it happened. We are not working on to make them aware that how exactly it is happening. We are working more on telling them out that how it is conducted. Okay, so they are not a part of the process, they are just a part of the byproduct actually. Okay, so that's why a skilling is very important for themselves, in order to understand that why it is happening, the process or the result that they are going to have, why exactly it is happening, and for that the right skilling approach is important. Okay, so even at ethos, we are certified by multiple bodies, multiple central government bodies as well. We are affiliated with Skill India, NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation as well, right? So we are also working on the professional skill sets only. Okay, because even though if you're coming from a different background and you might have a different dream, because sometimes, like if I tell you, there are people who are from corporates who are working on some different IT professional roles or something, they come to us and they want to learn psychology. So our team only ask one question from them: are you willing to become a psychologist right now, or you are willing to use the psychological principles for your work? What is your requirement? So if they are saying that, yeah, we want to become a psychologist, so we tell them the traditional route itself, that you have to go and have a degree for yourself first, and then you can come up to us and we will help you out, right? But there are certain other areas as well, because if they are also working on multiple front, even as a IT professional, they need some psychological principles to work. So if they are looking out for the skill set to utilize in their ongoing work itself, then we help them out to upskill themselves on the professional front as well, right? So skilling approach is very important, yeah, because if you are going to work with the professionals, you are going to work with the clientele, a right skill approach only is going to help you the long way. Okay, but the certification again is the kind of validation that you would be requiring, even in if you are dealing with a patient. So that is the primary one. Skill would be always the priority. Yeah.
So, as you have explained, I get a question that if a non-psycho person, like non-psychological background
Mhm.
person, wants to upgrade themselves with certain certifications, so they will
Mhm.
be eligible to be called as a coach, like health coach or wellness coach, whatever be the reason. So, are they
Mhm.
eligible to be called as a health coach or something?
See, I am not sure if we can call them a health coach or something, because basically there are multiple things that need to be kept into the consideration before calling themselves that particular thing. Okay, we can call because when we talk about professionals who are having a 5-year experiences, 10-year experiences in their field, specific field, okay, and then they want to upgrade themselves in a certification program, and they want to work in the field to provide support to the people, right? So they are coming with a varied background of experiences, plus they're going to get upskilled themselves with a credible source of information, right? At that particular point, they can be a coach on a specified arena only. Like if for an example, if I tell you, if a person is coming from a teaching background who has a 15 or 20 years of teaching experience, okay, now the person did a certification program or professional training in any of the skilled psychology area. So, first of all, he will not be called a psychologist. That is first, right? Second thing, he can be a coach, he can be a mentor to those specific area which is relatable to education and psychology, right? But if the person will tell that, yeah, I have educational background experiences, I did a program and now I will treat depression of someone, that is not something that they can do, right? So they can provide a guidance, they can provide a approach, but obviously they can work to the relatable area of their experiences only, not that they can come into the healthcare field completely and provide a solution to someone like the influencers do on Instagram. That is not very legitimate. So they have to keep them in mind that from which background they are coming with, what experiences they are carrying with themselves, and then what skilling that they have done. So we also at our platform, also at Ethos, we do the filtration. We have a proper filtration funnel where actually we see that which person is coming from which background, what is their educational background, and what is their experiences bracket, and then what exactly they're aspiring for. And accordingly, based upon that evaluation, we assist them out in order to have something for themselves. Okay, so this is way the way they can move ahead for themselves.
So let check if I further have any further questions. I think we don't have any further questions. So, with this,
Sure.
I will end up the session. Thank you so much for being a part of the uh, this enlightening session, I must say, because this is very useful for graduates and even uh, the normal like laymen who are interested in psychology as well. So, thank you so
Right.
much for being for your precious time, and we hope that we have sessions with you in future as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Arshia, and it was really nice to have a discussion with you. And you asked like very intriguing questions. Actually, the hot topics you touched very beautifully. So it was really nice to have a discussion with you. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. Thank you. And whoever is new to our channel, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel
Yeah,
as well.
please like, share, and subscribe to Arshia channel. It is very crucial. Otherwise, you would be missing out some hot topics of the trending areas.
Yeah.
Please do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay.